Hi there, so in this video and in the next couple of videos I'm going to be working on these sketches that I started outside on the beach in California. If you haven't seen the video where I was doing that, working on the beach, there's a link up here and you can click on that and either watch it after this one or watch it now if you like. But I want to show you how I arrived at this stage where the work's sitting here in my sketchbook, and I'm either going to use it just for reference or I might even frame them. Some of them came out quite well. But so in this video, I'm just going to show you what I did with them, how I got from the very rough and chaotic environment and the sketches that I was doing outside to something a bit more organized, that's got a compositional structure and something that I actually want to use going forward. So this way of working is something I do all the time, and I find it incredibly useful to be able to be very free and energetic with my painting outside and not worry about composition or what it's going to look like when it's finished, because I can do all that back at the studio, and I find it a much more creative way of working. And this is something I talk about on my workshops and my online workshops all the time. So if you're interested in learning more detail about how to go about this kind of work for yourself, then do check out the link that's on the screen. Okay, let's get on. Okay, so here's the sketch that I did while I was outside, and as you can see, it's done on a not a massive piece of paper. It's actually slightly smaller than the work I usually do outside, but because I was away, I didn't want to carry massive bits of A2 paper around with me, so it's actually on an A3 bit of paper. Just a sketchbook that I bought while I was away. But yeah, it was really nice. It was quite thick. It was decent weight paper. It was about 200 GSM, so it took the water quite well. And if you haven't seen the video of me actually doing the painting outside, I'll put a link in the little pop-up card that comes up on the screen just about now, and you can go and watch the session while I was actually doing the work outside. But you'll see that there's quite a difference between the kind of way that I attack the paintings while I'm outside and actually the composition of the painting that it ends up in this video. Because what I really like to do is be very expressive with my painting while I'm outside. And actually this looks like quite a calm kind of painting in the end. But that's just the way the process kind of works, is that because I'm able to be very expressive and open with the way I'm working, when I get them back to the studio like this, I can just kind of calmly look at them and think about the composition. And as you can see, the composition for this is quite strong. But if I was trying to just work on a piece of paper or board or canvas which had these very defined edges, I'm not able to be quite as expressive with the painting, I don't think. And I just find that this way of working, where I work on larger pieces of paper while I'm outside and then bring them back to the studio, and as you can see, I'm cropping and deciding which parts are working the best. I just find that I'm able to be more creative with the way that I'm working, and also less pressures about it while I'm actually doing the painting. And for me, I just find I get more interesting results this way. I mean, I've done an awful lot of painting outside from start to finish, but I find that this way of working just allows me to be more creative, more thoughtful, and just more kind of in the moment while I'm painting, and then I can decide what I'm going to do with it later on. I mean, for this one, all I did was just really crop the edges away, and that was it really. It kind of worked as it was. But often, as you'll see in a lot of my work, is I do a lot of collage. I'm turning things around and adding lots of extra bits to it. But often with the first one, I find I'm always slightly more conservative with them, and as I go on, I become more kind of aggressive with the collage and the cropping and the composition, and end up with things which are slightly less pictorial in a way. But I was pretty pleased with this one. I thought it came out really well. I think there's a lot of interesting marks in it, and I think all this kind of layering, the scratches, the pencil marks, I think that all kind of adds to the energy and the movement of the finished painting. And it's, it's just a little sketch that I might use for reference in the studio, or I may even frame it because it came out pretty well. As I go on with this series, you'll see I was a little bit more creative with the way I was actually putting things together, using a bit more collage, but those are in the later videos. This is a little series of 3 that I did. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. And as I say, if you want to learn more about doing this kind of thing for yourself, then do check out the links on the screen for my online workshops. Okay, I'll see you soon.